Hello, today in this video I will give the tips regarding the summarized written text which will be very helpful for you to get 79 plus in PTE. First of all, I will discuss the marks contribution of the summarized written text. As you can see, the summarized written text marks contribute to your reading as well as your writing. Moving ahead, I will discuss the scoring criteria which is also available on the PT website. As you can see, the scoring criteria is divided into three categories on which software will give you marks. First one is the content. As you can see, the 2 marks will be given for a good summary of the text. 1 mark will be given if you give a fair summary, and it must have all relevant aspects of the passage, by which it means it should include the keywords. By keyword means the word which are getting repeat more, or the word on which the whole passage is based. This will I will show this in later in the example, and it is very easy to choose two sentences and connect these sentences by using and or other connector. Second one is the form. Form should be correct. 1 marks will be given if it is in one single or complete sentence, and after that it is a grammar. As you can see, 2 marks will be given if you have a correct grammatical structure. 1 marks if it contains grammatical error but with no hindrance to the communication. By this means, if you miss some articles such as a and the, but if the error is the major, such as incorrect tense, incorrect verb, then you will lose marks for grammar too. Then after that it is a vocabulary. You can get 2 marks if you have a appropriate choices of word, and 1 if it contains lexical errors but with no hindrance to communication. So this is the scoring criteria. Before doing example, I want to share some do or do nots for summarized written text. The first one is, do not try to write the complex sentence. If you will try to write the complex sentence, the chances of mistake will be more. And the second one is, do not always pick two sentences at the beginning and end of the paragraph. So it is not always true that the two sentences at the beginning and the end are the independent sentence. Third one is, do not use some same connector for the every passage, such as if you are using the and, so it doesn't mean that and should be used in other passage also. On every passage it is not true. So you should have to understand the passage and use the correct connector. Fourth one is, do not be in hurry. Use the 10-minute times properly and read it and see if there is a spelling mistake and any grammatical mistake. Then the next one is, do not write the first letter of the sentence in small letter, which is very true, otherwise you will lose the marks for the form. And the last one is, do not try to write very long sentence. Some people say if they write very long sentence there will be more content. It is not true. If you try to write the long sentence, so as I said again, there will be more chances of mistake and you will lose mark for grammar. Now here are some of the tips you should follow in summarized written text. The first one is, pick the two independent sentences. These sentences can be even at the beginning or at the ending of the passage. So before picking two sentences, read the passage and you will get the idea of the passage. The next one is the read the passage and pick that sentence which include the keyword. As I said, the keyword will be the word which will be repeated again and again. So you try to find that sentence which is containing that keyword. Now the third tip is, do not pick the independent sentence which include conversation, dialogue highlighted with inverted comma. This is very important, guys. There are some examples such as experiments, study which is described thoroughly in the passage, in most of the cases these are not containing the central idea of the passage. So you have to be careful and you have to find the correct independent sentence. And the last tip is the connect the two independent sentences using and, for, but and other connector, which I will show you later in the example. Now let's take the example. First, read the passage properly and understand the meaning. Sometimes what happened, the passage is very difficult and you are unable to understand the passage. In that case, I would recommend to pick the most appropriate sentences either at the start or end of the passage or in the middle of the passage, and just connect these sentences using the and other connector. But the final sentence must make some sense. What I mean, after you pick the two sentences and connect it, then just read the final sentence and see if it is making sense or not. In this way you will get marks for form, vocabulary and grammar, and for the content also, because you have already picked two sentences straight away from the passage and there are very less chances of mistake. So you understand the scoring criteria and follow what the computer need. So now in this passage I will show you, I have made two sample answer and how I pick two sentences and just join them by using the connector. Here is my first sentences and this one is my second one. I will show you how I combine these two sentences later. So yes, let's. Now here are the two sample answers. As you can see, I just picked two sentences and connected. Now here is the thing, as I have said to you, to understand the passage and read the passage, you can see the tone of the passage is like that. It is giving the sense of kind of consequences and solution. Now you see the first word, the electric car or electric transport or related to the electricity is getting repeated several times in the passage. So this is the keyword. And if you see in the last paragraph, if you read the passage, the first line of the paragraph of the last paragraph is interlinked with the other lines. In the first line it is showing the solution and the other line it is showing the problem. Now if you read the passage, it is saying that nowadays there is a renewed interest in electricity as a mean of powering road vehicles because the cost of the oil has risen so sharply that there is a strong financial imperative to look for an alternative. So as you can see, the answer is in next line for this problem. Because of the increase in cost of fuel, you just have to join it by using because, as I did in my sample answer, and you again understand you will get the marks for form, vocabulary, grammar, and because there is a no grammatical mistake in this sentence and it is covering content as well. Now the second sample answer which I have made, it is which include the content, form, vocabulary as well as grammar. As you can see in the second sample answer how I picked two sentences and I did just minor changes and connect these sentences just using and. First I chose the emission from car reblend for ozone depletion and rise in temperature in polar region. You can see this is the situation. This is the situation of like danger climate change, and this is the solution. This is the solution that they are encouraging research into designing effective electric transport so that there can be a solution for the ozone depletion and there will be a less rise in temperature in polar region. So you have to do like that and you will not lose marks in content, either in grammar or in vocabulary and in form. So this is how you have to do, and you will get good marks in summarized written text. Now here is another example. In this example, if you read the passage in the first paragraph, it is giving you idea that it is going to discuss the study, experiment result and finding. And in the next paragraph, they are just discussing the results about these findings which they have discussed in the first paragraph. And in this case, do not try to choose the finding results or experiments, as it is not the centralized idea most of the time. Now you see I picked the last sentences in my sample answer. I will show you later, and I will tell you how to connect and makes little bit changes so that you will not lose the marks in vocabulary, grammar and even in content. I want to say that these are some kind of passage in which you cannot easily pick two sentences. So do not try to make experiment. Just pick two sentences as I did and connect this sentence just using and other connector. I will show you how I joined. I just picked the first sentence in the first paragraph and I just use and I second sentence I picked from the last paragraph. And if you see, I just changed the word increased and replaced it with enhance. You have to do like that. You have to change the word and replace it with other same meaning. So in this way you will not lose mark in grammar, not lose mark in vocabulary, form will be good, and you have picked the two sentences straight from the passage and it will containing the content, so you will get good marks in summarized written text. So if you like this video, please share in groups or social media so that each and every needy person can get help from it. And please like the video and comment below if you want to give some suggestions. And in the next video I will try to discuss about listening tips, and please hit the subscribe button for more videos, and you can also join our Telegram group which is given in the link below. And thanks for watching again.